This program has been made possible by NetworkChuck Academy members like you, where you get access to exclusive training, advanced study material, and an amazing community. Thank you.
In the last episode, I said I bet you allowed some apps through your firewall, and I'll show you how to see that. I never showed you. In this episode, I will. It's more of an advanced thing. Let's check it out. So here in our Windows world, our wonderful world of Windows, we're gonna go to our search bar, type in device security, and pull up our device security settings. Now, we've been talking about the firewall and network protection. That's where we're gonna live right now. Let's go ahead and jump in there. And so far, we covered how you could easily, with training wheels, go in here and toggle on and off the 3 network areas: domain, private, and public, and what those mean. Now we're going to talk about the more advanced areas. The first one is a fun one, allowing an app through the firewall, which you will do all the time, especially if you're going to be playing video games, multiplayer video games. Let's click on that. Notice this is more of an advanced setting. It does have that UAC little block here, to where if you want to change settings, you're going to have to elevate your permissions. You'll have to be some kind of admin to do this. And even with the default installation, which is this computer here, I haven't done much to this. There are a few things that have been allowed. Like I've got things like emails and accounts, a lot allowed on private and public. And if I pull up my personal firewall stuff, notice I've got Diablo 4 available through public. I've got Elden Ring available through public. And if I click on change settings, I could disable any one of these programs' access. But I don't want to give Elden Ring my private network access. Now you might recall, if we go back to any one of our network connections here, we could check this box to say block all incoming connections, even those in the allowed apps list. And that's the list we just saw. You could say, I don't care what that list says. I don't care. Block everything. So maybe you're thinking, am I getting hacked? Is there something going on with my network? Click this if you're kind of scared for a second. It's a good little safeguard. Now let's talk about some of the more advanced settings right here. Now we're not gonna go too deep. I just want you to be aware that they are here and that things can get kind of crazy on Windows. Let's click on that, advanced settings. This will pop up and it looks kind of intimidating. If we click on any of these rules, like inbound rules. So right here, we have a pretty intense firewall built into your operating system, where is, in the basic control settings, kind of easy, turn on, turn off, allow this app, that kind of thing. Pretty simple. Here, you can be very specific about rules, allowing certain programs to do certain, oh my gosh, is that Zune music? Are you serious? They still have that in there. You may not even know what a Zune is, but you can go deep and granular on the settings, controlling which profile, which by the way, I didn't mention this before, but those network connection types are profiles. And you can assign that profile to any one of the network connections that you connect to. By default, when you're connecting to your home network, it's just gonna default apply the private profile. You could change that to a public profile, but you probably wouldn't want to. It's gonna have certain settings in there that protect you. You can specify which IP addresses are allowed to talk to you and which ports and all those. There's just so many things you can do. Authorize users who can use this firewall rule. So that's inbound rules. You can even do outbound rules, what you're allowed to reach out to, which by default, you're allowed to reach out to most things. That's what most firewalls are all about. As I mentioned before, blocking things from coming in, but they want to allow pretty much anything you want to do out. But you could control that behavior here. All the outbound connections. Connection security rules you probably won't use very often, but it's all about securing connections between 2 endpoints. Very cool, very powerful, but probably something you'll never use. I've never used it. And finally, monitoring. You can monitor the state of your firewall. You get a quick glance of the rules and settings you have enabled. Now I do want to show you one thing, a legacy setting or a legacy place to change. Right here is probably where you'll mainly change your firewall settings if you ever need to disable it for one thing or another. But back in the day, you would get there by just typing in firewall settings, Windows Defender Firewall, which will take you to the control panel. This is the control panel options that I'm used to using, but it's got the same kind of settings. It'll show you some more information like, hey, you're talking about network 2 here. That's your private network you're talking about. To change any of the settings, you'd have to specifically go into the turn Windows Defender Firewall on or off section, and where you can turn it off right here. And actually, I prefer this, this setting area because the other one just was too friendly. This is like, okay, I can see what's going on. There's only like 2 options. Why do they have to like hide these? So that is the Windows Firewall and network protection. Pretty intense for your Windows computer, definitely needed. You normally want to leave everything on unless you have one specific thing you know you need to allow that you trust and you know what you're doing. Now often video games or other programs that you trust might ask for a hole poked through in the firewall or an allowed app, another rule added. Normally that's fine if you trust the application. Otherwise, don't allow that, and they're gonna prompt you, they're gonna ask you. Anyways, that's all I got. I'll see you in the next episode.
You made it to the end of the video. If you want to see the rest of Windows Fundamentals and more great courses like it, go to academy.networkchuck.com. Link in the description.